The recent conduct of the judiciary in respect of basically being the umpire for the political process is not really filled one with confidence. The classic example of this is the Election Commissioners Act. So last year, the Supreme Court had passed a judgment, a five-judge bench, saying that the default method of appointing election commissioners, which was the president appointing election commissioners, which means in our system the executive, is unconstitutional. And until Parliament passes the law that remedies the situation, the court set up an interim arrangement, which would be a three-member commission of the Chief Justice, the Prime Minister, and Leader of Opposition. In December, Parliament passes a law where it effectively hands back control to the executive by having this three-member committee where two are of the executive, the Prime Minister and one cabinet minister, and one, of course, LOP. And then two of the three election commissioners are appointed on the basis of that new system. And this was challenged in court right after it happened in December, on the basis that the entire purpose of the court's previous judgment was that whatever law Parliament passes will have to secure the independence of the election commission, and therefore executive cannot dominate in the appointments process. Unfortunately, first of all, the court footballed it a few months down the line. And then they say, oh, like it will cause havoc with the elections process, so we won't interfere right now with this law, which they themselves had delayed for a few months, hearing, and it was very clear that the law is contrary to the Supreme Court's own prior judgment. So, of course, that is one example. The other example is the EVM VVPAT case, which, again, not to go too much on the outcome of the case because that's debatable. But if you look at the way that other courts across the world have handled these kinds of disputes, it's taken much more seriously, and they have certain principles. Other courts, transparency, verifiability, accuracy, and so on, and they try to ensure that the elections process adheres to those principles, even if it might take a little longer, the counting process. Whereas what you have here in the Supreme Court's order is a very lackadaisical engagement with the issues.